Not all websites can have all their information on a single page. In that case, you may wish to add some sort of pagination on your web page. Pagination is the primary technique of organizing large amount of similar information into sortable portions. It plays a major role in the SEO of your website, helps to optimize your page loading speed, makes it easier for user to navigate your page. It is commonly used on websites such as blogs, news sites, e-commerce sites, and so on. This video will inspire you and get some interesting ideas for your next web design. Now, let's look at the project demo. In this video, I'll show you how to add dots between the paginated numbers in your pagination. All the dots and the number, they are automatically generated based on your posts. Not only that, when you are in the first page and the last page, based on that page number, will automatically add and remove the left arrow and the right arrow icon. And also will detect current page number, and based on that page number, will show only the post that belongs to that current page number. So we are going to build this fully functional pagination with pure JavaScript. Without further ado, let's start. Hello and namaste everyone, this is Jitsaru with Coding Design. Welcome to our channel. If you are new here, please be sure to hit that subscribe button. Let's create 3 different files: HTML, CSS, and JavaScript file. Within index.html file, if I type exclamation sign and hit that tab button, then you will get this basic HTML boilerplate. Now let's change the title. For the title, I'm giving fully functional pagination in vanilla JavaScript, and just below that, let's give the link for our style.css file and also for our script.js file. Now within body tag, I'm gonna create nav element with class name pagination, and within that, let's create another list, and also let's create list item with class name page, and I'm gonna give 8 different list items. Within the first list item, I want to just give left arrow icon. For that, within span tag with class name icon, I'm just gonna give HTML entity. So with the help of this code, you will be able to get left arrow icon, and you can duplicate the same code and bring it just down there. With the help of this code, you will be able to get right arrow icon, and in between these 2 icons, I just want to give some numbers as well as 3 dots. Now let's open this HTML file with the help of live server. Now let's give some style for our HTML code. For the CSS part, I'm not going to give you detailed explanation. I'm just going to tell you that what's going on. That's it. So for the universal selector, I'm just giving some basic code. For our body tag, I'm just changing some heights, font family, and also I'm using some flexbox. Now let's style another list that is within the nav element with class name pagination. Again, I'm using some flexbox as well as I'm giving some gap. Now let's style list with class name page. For our text, I'm going to give white color, and for our parent element, let's give this dark gray background color. And also I'm just going to give padding as well as border radius. And also I think I need to give some padding for our nav with class name pagination. Now for our list item with class name page, I just want to give some height and width, and also I want to change some font size. And if I give line height of 3 rem, which is the same height of list item, with the help of this code, you will be able to bring your text vertically centered. So it's kind of a trick. And if I give text align to center, then that will bring your text horizontally centered. I think for our another list, we need to remove that list style. As you can see, we can select all the list items. So in order to prevent that, I'm giving user select to none. And also let's give cursor to pointer so that you will be able to get pointing hand icon when you take your mouse near to that list items. Now when you hover that list items with class name page, at that time let's give dark gray color with transparent value. Now instead of that square box, I just want to change it to circle. So for that, let's give border radius of 50%. And also let's give some transition. Now I just want to change that size of icons. For that, let's duplicate the same code. And for class icon, let's give a scale. I'm just going to change the scale of y-axis. Now you won't be able to change that because it's an inline element. So because of that, let's change it to display to inline block. And as you can see, all these elements, everything is static. So let's make it dynamic with the help of JavaScript code. So for that, within our script.js file, let's declare variable name pagination. and I'm assigning empty array, and let's use while loop to generate multiple elements for our pagination. I think before that, first of all, let's declare one variable named page number, and initially I'm assigning 1, and we will use same variable within our while loop. For the condition, I'm giving page number if that is less than or equal to 12. So this 12, that will be the total page number. Right now I just want to give you some explanation, so for that purpose only I'm just using static value, but later on we'll make it dynamic. Then I just want to show you in the console, so let's give the console.log code, and now within our while loop, let's increase our page number by 1, and also let's create variable name is first page, and within that let's give the comparison expression. So if our page number, if that is less than or equal to 1, so now within the if statement you can give that same condition, and if that is the case, then now we can push our page number within our pagination array. So you can write pagination.push, and now you can pass page number. In your console, did you see that? Now you will be able to get 1 within our pagination array. Now I'm using the comma so that I don't have to write that late keyword multiple times. Now let's declare another variable is last page. So if that page number is equal to 12, so that means we are in the last page. If that is the case, then again we are going to push our page number within our pagination array, and within that if statement, again with the help of that OR operator, I'm giving another condition. In your console, you can see there are two values that represents the first page and the last page. Now let's say your current page number, that is 3. In that case, I want to generate two more values, two more page numbers that comes before that current page number and after that current page number. Again, for that, let's create another condition. I'm just creating variable name is middle page, and I'm assigning if our page number, if that is greater or equal to. Again, let's create another variable name current page, and initially I'm just giving 3. But later on, we'll make this variable's value dynamic. Now let's give greater or equal to that current page. First of all, I just want to get the current page numbers before page. So for that, I'm just giving -1. And again, you can give extra condition with that AND operator. You can just copy the same code and paste it there. So now, if our page number that is less than or equal to our page number, but this time, I just want to get the after value based on our current page. So we can give current page +1. So once again, within that if statement, let's give another condition along with that OR operator. In your console, you can see now you're able to get the first page, last page, and also 3 more extra digits. So this is exactly what I want. And also now you can see if I change my current page to 6, and in your console now you'll be able to get that 5 and 7 extra digit. And also I just want to give 3 dots in between that first and last page number based on our current page number. Now you can give the else statement, and within that you can duplicate the same code, and now within our pagination array we are pushing 3 dots. In your console now you can see other than that 4 page numbers, we are storing 3 dots, but this is not exactly what I want. I just want to store 3 dots in 2 places, before and after of middle page numbers, something like this. So once again, in our else part, we can change our page numbers based on our current page number. So you can give page number is equal to, so if our page number, if that is less than our current page number, so I'm just using ternary operator. Based on that condition, we'll give our new value within our page number. So I'm using the question mark. So if our page number is less than our current page number, in that case, we'll give our current page -1. That means we are just taking our page number directly to the current page numbers before number. And if that page number is greater than our current page number, in that case, we'll give our last page number, which is 12 right now, but later on, this will be the dynamic value. Okay, now in our console, I just lost my last page and also the before number of our current page. Okay, it's because I just want to increase our page number by 1 only if that 3 conditions are true. So within that if statement only, we are just going to increase our page number. In your console, you can see this is the exact values that I want in my pagination array. So now with the help of that pagination array, we can generate dynamic values, the page numbers for our pagination. So for that, I just want to give this whole code within our function. So I'm writing const. Let's give our function name to generate page number. So I'm just using the arrow function. Now within that function, you can give this whole code, and as I have already told you that we are going to make that current page as well as that total page dynamic. So let's take this current page and pass it within that function. For the first parameter, we just want to give the total pages. At present, we do have 12. I just want to select all these 12 numbers and let's change it to total pages. And now, just after the end of while loop, I just want to return our pagination array where we have stored our different numbers and the values that we need for our pagination. And now in order to generate our page numbers for our pagination, you just need to call that function name generate page number, and within that you need to pass the two arguments, that will be the total page and the current page. So based on that two numbers, it will automatically generate the page number for our pagination. But as you know, all the pagination, all that was static, so let's make it dynamic. For that, again, I'm creating another function name handle pagination, and with the help of this handle pagination function, we will dynamically create list items that you need for our HTML code. So first of all, we need to select this unordered list that is within our nav with class name pagination. So I'm just creating constant variable ul and I'm assigning document.query selector. So we are selecting that unordered list. So now within that function, you can just write ul.innerHTML is equal to, so just for testing purpose, I'm giving the hello, and we just need to call that function name handle pagination. In your browser, did you see that? Now instead of that static page numbers, you will be able to get that hello. So that was just for testing purpose, so now we can remove that hello. Now we need to create list items dynamically. So let's create a variable name li, and initially I'm just giving empty string, and just below that you can just write li plus equal to. So if you have no idea about the shorthand techniques, then please, last week I have just created a video on that JavaScript shorthand techniques. You can check out that video. So now within our li, we are just adding our values. Now I'm just giving their backtick. So this is what you call template literals. So again, I have already talked about this. And now within that backtick, you can just copy this whole icon code and paste it there. And again, you can duplicate it. So we are just going to create the right arrow icon. So now we have created two list items. Now we need to pass that list items within our unordered list. So for that, again, you can write ul.innerHTML is equal to, you can just pass that li variable where we have stored two different list items. Now in your browser, did you see that? You are able to get left as well as right arrow icon. Now we need to give the different page numbers. As you know, with the help of that generate page number function, you will be able to generate different page numbers for our pagination. So now you can just write let page numbers. So within this variable, I'm just assigning that function name generate page number. Right now I just want to give some static value, but later on again we'll make it dynamic. In your HTML file, as you can see, all the page numbers and dots that are generated in between these two icons. So for that, I'm just going to run for loop in between these two list items. So you can just write for let page number of page numbers. So we're just iterating that page numbers where we have a stored list of page numbers. And once again, you can copy this list item HTML code, and I'm just writing li plus is equal to, once again within backtick you can paste that same code. And now instead of that static three dots, or that might be the page number, instead of that, now you can write the dollar curly bracket, and within that you can pass that same page number. So in our browser, okay, it's not working. There might be some error. Let's check it out in the console. Okay, there was error. Okay, this generate page number function that was just created just after our update pagination function. So because of that, it's not working. So now you can just bring that generate page number function just above handle pagination function. Now in your browser, you can see we did generate our page numbers. Now, as you know, I have passed their current page of 5, but we just want to show that you are in that current page. To indicate that, for our list item with class name page, along with that, we need to give extra class active. You can give any name, okay, but I just want to give active. So for that, once again in our style.css file, you can just duplicate this same code and bring it down there. Now instead of that, however, let's give .active. So if that is the case, then we are changing our background color to, I'm just giving this gray color. And now along with that class name page, you can give extra class name active. So as you can see, for all list we did give our class active, but this class that must be dynamic as well, you know, when to add and when not to add. We need to decide that as well. For that, once again you can write there dollar curly bracket, and within that I'm just gonna use ternary operator. So for that, let's give the condition right now that 5, that is the current page number, but later on again we'll make it dynamic. If that 5, if that is equal to page number, so if that is the case, then we'll give the class active, otherwise we'll give the empty string. Okay, let's format this code. So I'm just breaking this code into new lines, and I'm just giving some space so that it would be easy to understand. Okay, in your browser, did you see that? Now instead of passing that arguments within our generate page number function, we'll pass that argument within our handle pagination function, and let's take it as total pages, and that second argument that represents the current page. And now you can pass that same parameters within our generate page number function, and also instead of that 5, now you can give current page. Okay, in your browser it's completely working fine. Now we want something like when you click any page number, based on that page number we need to generate new page numbers. And also when you click that right as well as left arrow, based on that you need to go to previous as well as next page. So for that, now we need to give click event for our different page numbers as well as that icons. So now for our left arrow icon, I'm giving the click event. I'm writing on click is equal to. So when you click that left arrow icon, we just need to decrease our current page value. So within that, you can write dollar curly bracket current page -1. But as soon as when your current page value changes, we need to repaint list items. So for that, we need to pass that handle pagination function. And for the first parameter, again, we'll give the same total page. And now you can copy the same code and just paste it down there within our right arrow icon. And now when you click our right arrow icon, at the time we just need to increase our current page. So for that, I'm writing there current page +1. And also within our for of loop, for our list items, we need to give click event. So once again, you can just paste the code. And for the second parameter, instead of that current page -1, now you can change it to page number. So if I click that page number 4, okay, there might be some error. It's not working. Let's see it in our console. Okay, there is no any error. So what is wrong? Okay, after spending some time, I just figured out that the function name that we need to call, that was not the generate page number. That was the handle pagination function. My bad. So once again in our browser, you can see everything is working perfectly fine, and this is exactly what I want. But when you are at the first page and at the last page, at that time, you need to remove or disable that arrow. Okay, that's your choice, but I'm just going to remove that arrow based on our first page and last page. So for that, again, for our left arrow icon and for our right arrow icon, again, we can give the extra class. So once again, in our style CSS file, you can just duplicate the same code, and instead of that class icon, let's give class hidden. So when we are giving the class hidden for our class page, at that time, let's give display to none. And now we can take that same class name hidden, and also once again we can take the same code and paste it within that class. Now instead of that double equals to, we can give there less than or equal to 1. So if our current page, if that is less than or equal to 1, in that case we'll give the class hidden, otherwise we'll return the empty string. And also let's copy the same code and let's paste it down there within that class for our right arrow icon, and let's change the condition. If our current page, if that is equal to total page, as you can see that total page, that was the parameter that we have passed within our handle pagination function. So we are taking the same parameter. If that is the case, we are giving the class hidden, otherwise we'll return the empty string. So once again in our browser, as you can see, when you are at the first page, you won't be able to see that left arrow icon, and if you are at the last page, then you will be able to remove that right arrow icon. But still the number that we have gave for our total page, that is still static, so we need to make it dynamic as well, you know, something like based on your total number of posts or something like images. So for that, once again in our index.html file, let's give some extra code. For that, I'm just creating div with class name container, and inside that let's create another list with class name posts, and within that let's create list item with class name post, and once again within that I'm creating div with class name thumbnail. Next to that, let's give h2 heading, and I'm just giving the heading of our post, and just below that you can give the paragraph, and I'm just giving that number of views. Now you can duplicate that same code and you can change the different values. Now you can see everything is at the center of our browser. I just don't want that. So for our body tag, as you can see, for the flex direction I have given their column, and for the justify content I have given their center. So because of that we are getting this kind of layout. Instead of that justify content to center, let's give space between. Okay, this is exactly what I want. Now for that div with class name container, I just want to give some padding, and also for the unordered list with class name posts, I just want to remove that default values, and also I'm giving some grid layout. And for our div with class name thumbnail, I'm just giving some height and width, background colors. Right now, just comment out that code. And also let's give some border radius as well as cursor to pointer, so that you will be able to get that pointing hand icon. Now you can just duplicate the same code and bring it down there. Let's give some style for our h2 heading as well. I'm just giving some margins and text transformation. And also you can copy the same code and paste it down there. Now for the class post, when you hover at that time, let's give our scale to 1.04. And once again you can duplicate this code, you can remove that hover, and I'm just giving there some transition duration so that you will be able to get that smooth transition. Now just you can uncomment that HTML code, and I'm giving 24 extra posts. Now in your browser you can see 26 different posts. I think I need to give some grid gap as well. Okay, this is perfect. Now we need to generate the total number of pages that you need for our pagination. For that, we need to calculate the number of list items. So now we can just select all the list items that is with class name post. For that, I'm just using the comma. Within our constant variable posts, I'm assigning document.querySelector, and you can give there dot post. Remember, don't forget to give there all, query selector all. It's because we're selecting all the list items with class name post. And now within that handle pagination function, we will generate our total number of pages. So once again, let's create constant variable name total pages, and I'm assigning posts dot length. So now with the help of this code, you will be able to get the total number of posts, and let's divide by. I just want to show different 6 posts for each page. We don't need that too well because we have just generated our total number of pages dynamically. Now instead of that total number of pages, we'll pass next argument. That will be the number that represents the post per page. So I'm giving there 6. That means each page will contain 6 different posts. And also for the second parameter, let's change that current page to 1. So now for that parameter total pages, we can change it to post per page. And now you can take the same parameter and divide the total number of posts by number of posts per page. And I'm wrapping whole this code within math.cell. It's because suppose we have 26 number of posts and each page contains 6 posts. So now if you divide 26 by 6, that will give you 4.33 and so on. So now we can't represent that decimal digit in our pagination number. So in that case, we just need the whole number. We need to take it to page number 5. Now in your browser, you can see we are able to get that total number of pages. And also, what if I increase the number of posts? Once again, in your browser, you can say based on our total number of posts, that total number of pages that is automatically generated. Now, when you click that page number, okay, there is some problem. I think something is wrong. Now, instead of that argument total number of pages, we just change it post per page. So this solution is just change that total pages to post per page. Now in your browser, once again, let's check out. Okay, now everything is working fine. Now for the last feature, whenever you are clicking any specific page, based on that number of page, we need to display the posts. As you can see, within that variable name posts, we have already selected all the number of posts. So once again, let's create another function named update current page. And within that function posts, I'm writing dot for each. So for each post, I'm giving name post, and for each post, let's give the class name. For that, I'm writing dot class list dot toggle. Now with the help of this toggle method, you'll be able to add and remove class name. So let's give the class name. So okay, there is some red underline. Why is that? I forgot that this is the arrow function, so just keep that fat arrow. For the second parameter, you can just keep their boolean value, and based on that boolean value, you will be able to add as well as remove that class show for your all the posts. So if I give their boolean value true, then we will be able to add the class show. But as you can see, for class show, we haven't given any kind of CSS code. So for that, in our standard CSS file, you can just duplicate the same code and bring it down there. Now for the class post, when you give the class show, at that time, let's give display to block. And initially, let's give display to none. This means we are hiding all the posts initially, and based on that class name show, we'll display the posts. So in our HTML file, if I give class show for this post, as you can see in your browser, you will be able to see only this post. But now you can remove that class name show. Now we have to dynamically add as well as remove that class show from our post. So now in order to generate that boolean value, suppose when you are in page number 2, at that time we want to get the range of previous page and the current page. Okay, so based on that range, we will add and remove the class show. So for that, once again, you can take the same parameters, that is the post per page and the current page. For that, as soon as when you trigger that function name handle pagination, you can call that function name update current page. Within that, you can pass the same parameters. Now you can take that same parameter, and I'm creating variable name previous range, and I'm assigning within small bracket current page minus 1. That will give you the previous page, and if you multiply by post per page, then you'll be able to get the previous range of page. And also let's create another variable current range, and now it's simple. You can multiply your current page with post per page. So now you can take these two variables, and with the help of comparison operator we can generate our boolean value. So for that, instead of that true, now you can give there, before that we need to get the position or index of our each post. So for that, within that bracket, for the second parameter you can pass their index. So for the condition you can give their index if our posts index or the position if that is greater or equal to previous range, and again if our index that is less than current page range, current range. In that case we'll give the class so for our post. It might be a bit difficult to understand, so let's store this logic within the variable. So I'm creating the variable name is page within range, and I'm assigning that same logic. Now you can take that same variable and paste it there in your browser. Okay, everything is hidden. Let me check in the console. Okay, there is no any error. If you inspect the element, okay, I haven't given any kind of class so for any pages. Okay, why is that? Something is wrong.
Later that same evening.
Okay, I just made a silly mistake. Within that logic, I just told you that we are comparing with current range, but I just gave their current page. So that was just a silly mistake. Okay, so it's kind of similar variable name. So declaring similar types of name like that may create a problem. So I think naming different variables function, it's really difficult. For me, it's really difficult. Now you can see in your browser, you'll be able to get the 6 different posts, and we are in the page number 1. And what if you click page number 2? Did you see that? You will be able to get another 6 different posts, and yeah, everything is working completely fine. To make it sure that it's working perfectly, for the post per page, let's change it to 12. And for our current page, let's change it to 2. Now in your browser, did you see that? You'll be able to get 12 different posts, and we are in the page number 2. Now you can see everything is working completely fine. So that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you did learn something, smash that like button. If you have any kind of queries, let me know in the comment box. Share this video if you think someone needs it. And also, if you haven't already hit that subscribe button and also the notification bell icon. Remember, there is always more to learn, so keep learning.